1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video of mine that you're watching, my name is Ayana and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be what's in my carry-on. As you can tell by the title, I travel a lot and I always like watching videos of what's in people's carry-on bags because it's really helpful if you're wanting to travel, and also I don't know, I just find them interesting to watch and they get me excited for trips. So since we're in quarantine, I'm gonna get myself excited by showing you guys what I usually have in my carry-on. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you never miss anything that I post. Period. Yeah, okay, let's find out what's in my bag. Okay, so first thing is first, I always use a backpack when... Ooh, child, the ghetto. I always use a backpack when I travel. I think it's the easiest, and yeah, what? Wait, what did I say? Anyway, I always use a backpack as my carry-on. I think it's the easiest. I've used a lot of different things, like a really large tote, hated that. One of those like crossbody like duffel bags, hated that. I do like using a roller suitcase, but for like efficiency and the easiest thing is definitely a backpack. The first thing that I always have in my carry-on, this is like essential: chapstick and lip gloss. I could not go on a trip without my chapstick and my lip gloss. Flying and traveling makes my lips so chapped, and so always having chapstick on me is... Also, I don't like to travel, or I don't like to wear makeup when I travel, so you know, you just put a little lip gloss on and you look brand new. Like, it's perfect. The next thing I always have is hand sanitizer. I'm not a germaphobe or anything, but like, planes, you're around so many people that you don't know, and we don't know how well they clean planes, so always pack hand sanitizer. I also always have my earbuds. These ones are brand new. I just found them right now. Definitely pack earbuds in your carry-on. On flights, earbuds, well, really don't need earbuds, just any kind of headphones. I used to have Beats, but they got stolen. So this is all I have now. And they're not AirPods. There's a cord. I like these though. I feel like I would lose AirPods. Actually, I know I would lose AirPods. Sorry, off track. When you're in the airport, you're gonna wanna listen to music. When you're on your flight, you're gonna wanna listen to music. And also, you're gonna have to have headphones if you wanna watch the movies or anything on the little screen in front of you. So, any kind of headphones, make sure you bring them. The next thing I have to have in my carry-on are socks. I always travel in my Jesus sandals because it's just easier when you go through security and stuff. You don't have to untie your shoes or anything. You just slip them off, go through and put them right back on. But I always pack socks because planes are freezing to me. I'm always cold, so I always pack socks so that my feet are not frozen. I also always pack my little travel journal diary thing and a pen. I always write in this during my trips. It's a really fun way to remember your travels, and also like little things that you probably won't remember unless you write them down, and it's just really fun to look back on them. Also, it keeps you entertained on the plane and while you're sitting in the airport and stuff like that, so definitely get a travel journal. The next thing I always have in my carry-on is my hydro flask. Now, before you go through security, you have to empty it. You can't have liquids greater than 3 fluid ounces in your carry-ons. So I always empty it, but when I get through security, I fill it up with water. I'm always really thirsty on planes, and you can also get really dehydrated when flying. So I definitely recommend bringing a water bottle that you can fill up. I also always have my Polaroid camera in my carry-on. I don't trust to put it in a checked bag, so I always take it with me in my carry-on. Even though I'm not going to use it on the plane or anything, I still always put it in my carry-on just so like it doesn't break or anything, because they can be a little rough with your checked bags. The next thing I keep in my carry-on is my case for my glasses and my contacts. I usually wear my contacts when I travel, so I just put the case in here with my glasses, unless it's a really long flight. Like when I went to France, I traveled in my glasses, but if it's just like a quick flight to the Caribbean or something, then I'll usually wear my contacts. So I just put all of that in there, and then with that, I also always pack contact solution, because when you're traveling in contacts, your contacts are bound to get dry. Now this is essential. Always pack your phone charger in your carry-on. I always charge my phone before I go to the airport, but I also charge it before I get on the plane, and sometimes planes have outlets, so I'll charge it on the plane as well. And then with that being said, I also always bring my 2 portable chargers, just in case the plane doesn't have an outlet or something. A lot of the time, I'll get to wherever I'm flying to and my phone will be almost dead. So then I'll just plug my phone into one of these, because my parents are always like, where are you? Where are you? Did you land? Did you land? And if I have 1%, I'll probably get murdered by them. So I have to make sure my phone is charged. The next thing I bring are sunglasses. I usually travel to tropical places, so as soon as I get off that plane, the sun is blazing. So I always bring sunglasses in my carry-on. The next thing I bring, this to me is the most important thing. If you got this, then you're set. Snacks. I don't care if my flight is 1 hour, I need snacks or I will not, no, it won't go well. So I always pack snacks, always. The next thing I pack in my bag is my perfume. Like I said, you can only have liquids that are 3 fluid ounces or less in your carry-on, so I always pack like a little perfume bottle. When you have long flights, I personally feel like icky. I don't like that I just said that. I hated that too, sorry. But it's true, like whenever I am having a whole day of traveling, so I have to have perfume. That also brings me to, I also always have to have deodorant. You definitely want to have deodorant in your carry-on, just because, I mean, you're gonna want to freshen up before your plane lands, especially if it's a really long flight. And then again, with all of that is a toothbrush and a little toothpaste. Again, it has to be under 3 fluid ounces, which is why you should get like a little pack thing, so you can get a little toothpaste too. Of course, it's just to like freshen up, especially if you have a super long flight. I also always carry my, this isn't a why is everything upside down? This is not a GoPro. This is fake. It's a FauxPro. So I always pack this in my carry-on because it's really small. I don't want it to get lost. And also, again, with the whole checking bags, they're not that delicate with checked bags. I like to know where my stuff is. Of course, I always have my phone, which I'm recording on, so I can't show you guys, but of course I always have my phone with me as well in my carry-on. Okay, this is kind of random, but I always have blotting paper in my carry-on. I have really oily skin, and like I said, I don't really like to travel with makeup on, so I like to bring these just so I can like pat my shininess away before we land, so I'm ready to go. I also bring my passport if I'm going out of the country. If I'm not going out of the country, then I'll leave this at home just to be safe. And then I also bring a small necklace. I also bring a small purse. This one's really small and it's just like a crossbody, and I love it because of how small it is. And I'll bring my ID and my cards and any cash that I want as well. So the last 2 things I bring in my carry-on is pain reliever and Dramamine, which I didn't have any Dramamine to show you guys, but I do always bring that as well. I get really bad headaches when I'm traveling, and I also have a little bit of motion sickness, so those 2 things are very vital. But those are my essential items that I always keep in my carry-on bag when I travel. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!